What up? It's Christina here in nature doing my first YouTube video of this century. Anyways, I'm nervous, so I'm not gonna do any outtakes. There's a little bit of yoga for break time while you're at work. Your job might be in an office, sitting at a desk. You might be standing the entire day with very little movement. Here's some couple simple beginner poses you can do on your 15-minute break. You can do on your 30-minute or hour lunch break before you eat. I would do that before I eat. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. The first one is mountain pose, just really stretching out the body. So we'll go over kind of like a posture check. So starting with the feet, I don't know if you can see my feet, but really just bring awareness to the feet. So lift the toes up off the ground, noticing all of the parts of the foot touching the ground. So I said lift the toes up off the ground, so they may or may not be on the ground at the moment. Yeah, then put the toes back down on the ground, gently set them down, and rock back and forth on the feet. You might even look at the feet, or you might just close your eyes. Yeah, withdrawing one of the senses may strengthen the other, so it may allow you to feel a bit more. Good, so yeah, rock back and forth. So like I said, standing on the entire foot, so the edge of the foot as well as both corners of the heel, the ball of the foot, and pressing into those pretty little toes we've got, right? Good. Really turn the legs on, so firm up through the legs. Yeah, really feel them strong and supportive. Squeeze the belly in. So imagine we're trying to get on a tiny pair of pants back from middle school, right? So squeeze the belly button in. Good. And lift the chest. Yeah, so the sternum points forward. That may guide the shoulder blades back together behind us with a little squeeze. Yeah, we're just working on our good posture. So the neck is part of the spine. So let's imagine we have a helium balloon. Wipe your sweat, y'all. Wipe your sweat. Let's imagine we have a helium balloon attached to the crown of the head, and that's going to assist us in finding more length and more space in our spine. So yeah, right here, you got a helium balloon attached to the crown of your head, and it's trying to lift you off of the ground. Good, so with all these engagements still in place, bring the arms up overhead, really stretch the body out, reach up through the fingertips, while still reaching the shoulder blades down the back. Yeah, opposition without even moving, right? Good, turn the corners of the mouth upright, like one of my favorite yoga teachers says. Put some good energy on your face. Yeah, share it with those around you. Good. So this is your mountain pose. The last part of this pose is finding a little bit of relaxation. Yeah, like that. Finding a little bit of chill, right? So we're holding this pose, but we're not holding our breath. And we're really not trying to hold stress either. So even though our arms are up in the air, maybe waving them around like we just don't care, still chill, like chill AF. And if we're not, that's fine. Meet yourself where you're at right now and go from there. Yeah, take a big breath in, fill the belly completely, fill the lungs up completely. Exhale, let everything everything goes. Squeeze out every last drop of air. Good. Squeeze out all that old stale carbon dioxide. We don't need it. Good. And bring the arms down alongside body. Yeah, you can do that once. You can do it 5 times. This is your break time, right? This is your break time yoga. So that was mountain pose. The next one is a forward fold. This one is going to relieve a lot of pressure in the back. It's going to open the lower back. So we're basically going to reach down like we're going to tie our shoes. Let's stand standing really tall first. So yeah, let's come back to our mountain pose. Breathe in and reach up. And we'll exhale, bend the knees deeply, squeeze the belly button in, and hinge from the hips. All right, we're gonna go tie our shoes on our sandals. So keeping that belly squeezed in along the way, pardon me, the belly button. Yeah, now we're gonna drop the head, bend the knees a lot, y'all. Bend the knees a lot. So we might be here in our forward fold, drop the head. Grab onto opposite elbows for ragdoll. Oh yeah, allow the torso to drop over the legs. Those knees stay bent so we can open the lower back here. Bring a little more weight to the front of the foot, so the ball of the foot and the toes. Good. Maybe bend the knees a little more. Feel that lower back open up. Yeah, then we can even find some motion here. Maybe twist open. Hi. Say hi to your neighbor. Say hi to your coworker. Say hello to the ants on the ground. Maybe you look to the left and you find an ogot. Hey, shout out to Miguel Ramos. Brilliantly creative. Yeah, what up, fam? Yeah. Good, y'all. Really letting the weight of the upper body just fall over the legs, allowing the legs to support you entirely. Still using that entire foot to stand on, right? You may add a shoulder stretch, so release the arms, interlace the fingers at the small of the back, and the fists come up and overhead if it feels okay. If not, we can always grab onto cup opposite hands, grab opposite wrists, forearms, maybe elbows, and still drop them towards the ground, stretching the shoulders. Good, y'all. Let's release, come back up. So nice and slow, really paying attention as you roll up. Squeeze the abdominals in, still like we're trying to get those tiny pair of pants on. Good, y'all. Take another mountain pose. Reach the arms up towards that beautiful sky. Breathe in, filling the belly, filling the diaphragm with air. Good, and let those arms down alongside body. The last one I have for you here today is it's a foot stretch. There's lots of stuff happening in our feet, y'all. Wipe your sweat before we get into this. It's time to get dirty, y'all. I'm gonna keep the shoes on and everything. We can modify as needed, right? So this is feet of fire, toe crunch, hot balls of fire, lots of names for this one. So yeah, how should we do this? Let's squat down, y'all. I don't know if you can see me. If not, we'll work on it for the next one. Yep. Oh yeah. Good. Let's squat down. So the feet are about the distance of the hips, so maybe like 2 fist widths. So yeah, separate those feet just a bit. Squat down if you can. Actually, we're gonna kneel onto the knees. We'll figure this out together, right, y'all? So yeah, actually bring those feet together. Maybe like this far apart, or whatever's comfortable. So try it on. Come down to your hands and knees. Nah, we'll just come balance on the knees. and curl the toes underneath you. Yeah. So we're kind of balancing on the toes, crunching the toes down here. This, the energy level of your instructor is rapidly declining as we breathe here. But yeah, so let's go through that one more time. We'll stand, and then yeah, we'll just come balance on the knees. So we're gonna crunch the toes. The toes will stay on the ground, and the rest of the sole of the foot will be off of the ground. So come onto your hands and knees. Get those knees nice and dirty in the dirt. Yeah, and as you may or may not see, the toes are curled under. So really opening the bottom of the foot. Good. Then again, come back to your mountain pose, even in this like kneeling position, right? So squeeze that belly in, lift the chest. Good. And then find a little softness, right? Lengthen the spine. Shoulders relaxed. Yeah, let that tension go. We don't need that stress. Good. Take 2 full breaths here. So filling the belly completely, filling the lungs. Breathing deliberately. Exhale, empty it all out. Squeeze out every last drop. Good, y'all. One more. With an intention, right? Take a intentional breath, a purposeful breath. Yeah. Good, and if your toes are really starting to talk to you, your feet are starting to scream, you can come on up. Yeah. Maybe get really dirty and pitter-patter the tops of the toes out. Yeah, relieving some of that toe crunch. Alright, and then press yourself back up to standing. Yeah. Breathe in, reach up. Maybe you close with a mountain pose. Good. And release, exhale. Thank you for joining me today. That was break time yoga. Yeah, so we did what? Mountain pose. We did the forward fold with the ragdoll, shoulder stretch, and the toe crunch. So that's what, a good 5? Bad at math. All right, check me out tomorrow. This is it, y'all. Peace.